Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel Crocheting in Style. In our today's tutorial we are going to learn how to crochet this bag, how to crochet this bag. It's a backpack, a drawstring bag. So what you need in this tutorial, you need a crochet hook. I'll be using a 3.5mm crochet hook. You need a measuring tape, yarn. I'll be using these colors, and the yarn I'm using is Robin. It's a Kenyan brand. It's machine washable, and since it's a fingering yarn and I wanted my work to have the medium weight size, so I doubled my strands in order to achieve that. So welcome, and kindly please I'll advise you to watch this video to the end for clear understanding. Welcome. To begin, we'll start by making a slip knot, and therefore we are going to chain 45, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 45. We're going to make our first double crochet stitch into this third chain, and our chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So into this stitch you're going to place 3 double crochet stitches. So this is number 2 and 3. For the rest is going to get each a double crochet stitch. So continue making your double crochet stitches until you are left with one chain. I'll tell you what we are going to do in that last chain. Into this last chain we are going to place 6 double crochet stitches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So for the rest, each chain is going to get a double crochet stitch. So continue making your double crochet stitch in this opposite side until you reach here. I'm going to tell you what we are going to do here, the last stitch or the last chain. Into our last stitch we are going to place 3 double crochet stitches. 1, 2 and 3, and therefore we are going to finish our work by making a slip stitch into our first double crochet stitch, since the chain 2 did not count as a stitch. So make a slip stitch on top of your first double crochet stitch. So this side we have 6 double crochet stitch in one stitch, and the same into other side. So for our round 2 it's going to be a repetition of what we will be doing in this round 2. So you're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch go ahead and place a double crochet stitch. So each stitch will be getting a double crochet stitch. Each stitch is going to get a double crochet stitch. We are not going to make any increases. So for the rest of the rows, this is what we'll be doing. It will be just a repetition of this round 2. So continue making your double crochet stitches, and then I will meet in this other end. I show you how we finish our round, and then the rest I leave for you until we reach into a certain height. We are going to change color. So there I'm going to show you how to change color using double crochet stitch. By the end, you should be having 93 double crochet stitches if you're making the same size. If you're making the same size, so you should be having that amount of stitches. So to finish our work, we are going to make a slip stitch into our first double crochet stitch. To finish our round. So round 3 is going to be a repetition of round 2 until the last round. So let's meet when I start changing color. I show you how to change color in double crochet stitch. Let's finish this our second round, second last round. So we finish by making a slip stitch. So into our round 10, I'm going to chain 2, and into the same stitch I'm going to make a double crochet stitch. So I'll make 8, that is 1, 2, 3, up to 8. After making our 8 double crochet stitches, we are going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made 30 chains. So yarn over. Into this stitch marker, you're going to place a double crochet stitch. Make a double crochet stitch. So we'll continue making our double crochet stitches until we finish our round. So continue making your double crochet stitches. Okay, now we are going to change color. How to change color in double crochet stitch. Into our last stitch, you're going to be left with 2. So with the other color, this other color, you do like that. And therefore we make a tight knot here, securing it, yes, like that. And now we are going to make a slip stitch into our first double crochet stitch. So this is how we change color. This is how I change color. So chain 2, remember, as usual, chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So while I'm crocheting, I'll be hiding this leftover yarn. So how I do it, yarn over into the same space, insert your hook, and the two yarns, the leftovers or the tails, I put them under, I place them under the crochet hook, and then I continue with my work. So this is how I normally hide the tails. Sorry for that sound. So you see, now for the remaining one, I'll chop it off. But you have to be careful not to tamper with your stitches. So into this 30 chains, we are going to make double crochet stitches. So into this chain, you will make 30 double crochet stitches. And therefore we'll continue with our work. So for the color yellow also, the technique is just the same, repetition of our second round. So let's meet when our bag has reached the required height, because I'll be changing another color, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to show you how I've done it because I've already shown you here. So you'll just rewind your video and watch how to do it. But we'll meet when this project is somehow done. I made 11 rounds with color yellow, and then I made 2 rounds with this other color, that is color black. Then after there, I went ahead and made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So into our 6th rounds. So into our 6th round, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So first of all, chain 2 counts as a double crochet stitch, and then chain 2 counts as chain 2. So you skip 1 and 2 into the third, make a double crochet stitch. Again, you are going to make another double crochet stitch and another one until you have 5 double crochet stitches. So we are in number 3, 4, 5, chain 2, skip 1, 2 into the third place, and a double crochet stitch, and another one until you have double crochet stitches. And therefore from there you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and continue with your 5 double crochet stitches, meaning each chain 2 separates 5 double crochet stitches. And 2, skip 1, 2 into the next. So go ahead. until you finish this round. So to finish our round, you're going to slip stitch in the third chain, 1 2 3. So here you're going to make a slip stitch like that. So this is how your work will look like. So after here we are going to change into another type of stitch. For beginners, the stitch is called single crochet stitch. So how do we make single crochet stitch? You're going to chain 1, and therefore under this chain 2 space you're going to make 2 single crochet stitches like that, and into the 5 doubles each stitch is going to get a single crochet stitch. Each stitch will get a single crochet stitch. The chain 2 space will get 2 single crochet stitches, and the 5 double crochet stitches are going to get 5 single stitches, single crochet stitch. Yeah, like that. Let's meet here when we are done with our first round of single crochet stitch. So I'm in my last stitch. I'm going to make my single crochet stitch, and there's something I want to share with you here. You see, after this last stitch we have 2 stitches here. I don't know if you can see them clearly. This one and this one. These are not real stitches. These are false stitches. So in order to finish my round, I'm not going to slip stitch here or here, but instead I'm going to slip stitch in my third stitch, because if you make your slip stitch in either of these two, your work will be widening, because you'll be increasing your stitches. But since I want it to be constant, these are false stitches, so don't follow them. 1 and 2, leave them alone, and into this, your third, is where you're going to place your slip stitch. Chain 1 into the same stitch space, you're going to make a single crochet stitch. So you'll continue with the pattern. What I'm thinking of, I'm going to make 3 rows of single crochet stitch. Now I'm in row 2. After the 3 rows, I'll shift to this color blue. I make 1 round, and color black another round, and the color black will be my finishing round of single crochet stitches. So I think, okay, I'll share with you. I'm going to show you how to change yarn using single crochet stitch. So let's meet there. So I'm in round 2, so let's meet at the end of round 3. We are going to change color, so into our last, make single crochet stitch, but we are not going to finish it, and with another color, the royal blue color. Now finish your single crochet stitch, and therefore remember to skip 1 and 2. These are false stitches. And now into this third, it looks like number 3, but it's our first single crochet stitch. So make a slip stitch and make sure you tighten here, make a knot, a double knot like that. Chain 1 into the same stitch, into the same space, make a single crochet stitch, and therefore you'll continue with your single crochet stitches. So this is how we change color using single crochet stitch. After that, we are going to make a very long chain for the strap for this bag. Mine measures 45 inches. So I made a long chain, and therefore I made 2 rows of double crochet stitch, and therefore I folded both of them, in order to make it a strong cord. So how I'm joining using slip stitches. So I pick my front loop and in the other side back loop and make a slip stitch. Front loop, back loop, make a slip stitch. Front loop in this side, back loop in the other side, make a slip stitch. Front loop this side, back loop in the other side, make a slip stitch like that. Front loop, back loop, make a slip stitch. And our cord is done. So therefore I'll cut my yarn. So this is it. Okay, now we are done with our cord. So that cord will fit in these holes. The good thing with acrylic yarn is it stretches a lot, so you won't get any difficulties. You see, it can pass through easily. So another thing, I've not yet finished here, but I decided to show you what to do, and therefore I continue with it off the camera. So in this space I want to make an inner pocket, and there'll be also a flip here to cover it. So let me show you how to put the inner pocket. I will turn my work to this other side, the wrong side, using a single strand. So make a slip knot, and therefore we are going to make double crochet stitches all round. So pick any part you wish to use. I chose the middle one. So we are going to chain 2, and into the same stitch you're going to make double crochet stitch. So our double crochet stitch will be going round. You make your double crochet stitches all round, and when you reach here you make a slip stitch. Continue, make like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8 rows. This is our first one. So make 8 rows of double crochet stitches, and therefore after there we'll be joining. We will join it. We'll join both 2 parts in order to make it a pocket. So this is what you'll do. and I'll show you the final look when I'm done with it. I'm done with the inner pocket and fixing the minion eyes. So our next step, you're going to insert the strap, the string now. So start here. The good thing with acrylic yarn, it really stretches a lot, so it won't be very hard for the cord to pass through. For this other side, you're going to do the same until they meet there, the back. Never mind about this hole left here. There's no problem with it. So the next step, we want to fix this in these corners. With our darning needle, so this one, we're going to fix it in this one corner and the other one to the other corner. So how do we do it? So sorry, I used the same hole twice. So you see what I'm doing? Just to make it firm. Make sure it's tight. Just make as many rounds as possible as you can. And you'll do the same in the other side. There's no formula for this. Just make sure it's tight. That is all. I think that's all. There's no formula. You can use anyway, so long as your work is neat. I'm done fixing. Don't mind about this. I'll correct that later. So yeah, the bag is ready. So what I'm going to do next, I'll attach this here. This is my logo. I crochet to, this is my way of getting my income. I do it as a job. So you can support me. We deliver countrywide. We've not yet started delivering overseas, but soon, God willing, we'll do so. So you can support me by purchasing, if you live in Kenya, purchasing from me, supporting me. You can also support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Crocheting in Style. So if it's your first time here, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That was it for today. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm trying to open here to show you the inner pocket. Here it is. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. And bye bye. Love you all.